We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
I know I'm not the one. Don't fake it, well, you don't belong to me.
Hello, it's Tuesday night, so of course that means here on Diary that we're playing Esper Genesis, 5th edition science fiction game. I'll be your GM for the evening, Jason, and joining me as usual will be Sarah playing Kat, Eric playing Adrian, Decca playing Armato, and we should have one more coming.
We hope.
But it always depends on his traffic getting home from work, so we'll have to wait and see. But hopefully we'll have Patrick here playing Hull.
Awesome.
Give me the whole stats. I got this.
What happened last week? Well, they got you killed.
I mean, that would be par for the course with some people.
Decca said he's basically a cleric, right? And grabbed a mace and ran into combat. It didn't turn out too well.
I would do that too.
But the only mace I know of is what you use to ward off bears in this universe.
You might be able to use an old style mace for that. I don't know.
To ward off
Yeah, hard
bears?
enough.
Really?
I'm not saying it's ideal.
Life or death, sure.
Yeah.
Alright. So I'm sure you all remember where we were last week.
Yes.
Fighting death monsters.
Incorrect. You were basically fighting mall cops. So you're in a functioning Ekajati base.
Uh-huh.
One that had been decommissioned a very long time ago. Though you had found some evidence of, as recently as 50 years ago, somebody showing up.
Yep.
You haven't had time to go over much information, so you really don't know necessarily what they were doing here. Just that they were here, and they've got another scheduled appearance in another 20 or so years.
Yep.
You attempted successfully to hack the computers, but when you disabled certain Esper-oriented security, it triggered alarms, it woke up the bots, and the bots came to investigate.
Yep.
Now, if I recall, you had damaged... Yeah, you'd been concentrating your fire on one.
Yep.
With some area attacks that hit two of them, I think. But when they entered the room, you were invisible. One of them immediately blocked the door while the other two started wandering around like somebody playing blind man's bluff, feeling for you, basically. You had spoken to him with Yanni, and while I believe you had altered the system to say so that anybody checking the system would see that you were the highest ranking person here, or you were the person in charge, they didn't fall for it because when the alarms were triggered, you hadn't done that yet. So they could look and say, okay, this guy's in charge, but he wasn't in charge when we woke up, so obviously something's thinking.
Okay.
It's probably safe to assume that these things are sentient.
Mm-hmm.
But think of them like, kind of like the droids in Star Wars.
Roger.
Fairly self-aware, but still pretty limited to their job.
I'm still just imagining the Trade Federation droids now.
Yeah, except they're like 10 or 15 feet tall.
I mean, yeah, they obviously roided out, but...
They've got Roger written across both hands. The knuckles of both hands.
Roger, Roger.
Anybody that makes that joke gets the Roger Roger.
That'd be something.
I like the terror.
Oh, I believe I hear a Patrick.
Speaking of Hull,
But he's a
Yeah,
very
he's here.
quiet Patrick.
He's been here.
Yeah, I've been here a while.
Well,
Right.
I
I
didn't
heard-
see you when I
like,
started up. and
3
it's been
minutes.
You've been doing
I heard him
that
buzz
all
in.
Last episode.
My goodness, you're quiet.
I'm afraid to turn you up. Oh wait, you're all the way up. Never mind. I was gonna say I'm afraid to turn you up because I'm afraid you're just gonna like blow out my eardrums when your mic randomly works.
Like,
All right. So anyway, that's where we left off last time. Let's see. Was anybody still invisible?
no.
No.
Okay.
Maybe Hall? No, he wasn't because
No.
he EMP'd.
Yeah.
All right then. We'll go ahead and get into it. We
Yep.
were at the top of the order, which was Cat.
Gonna keep shooting at the blue guy.
note that by essentially currently right now, I'm in melee with all of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's an unfortunate position to be in.
But also, fortunately, that means Cat gets her strike.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
she get her strike against any of them. Way to take one
Which-
for the team, Patrick.
See, he is basically a cleric. I could have done that.
So 36 on blue.
A 36 is definitely going to hit him.
Oh no,
No,
20,
that's
it's
damage.
22. That's damage.
Oh.
Let me double. Yeah,
Does it? Well, the question is, does a 22 hit? When the answer
Yes,
is yes,
22 hits.
then it's 36 damage,
So I wanna say-
and her weapon is magical or forged.
forged and piercing damage.
All right. They are immune to piercing, but not from forged weapons, of course. So yeah, it definitely hits. Wait a second. Let me make sure I'm looking at the right stats. Okay, I guess they've all taken a little bit of damage.
Yeah. They all took damage because the opener was, fuck it, I tried. Plasma cannon.
And then I know we've been wailing on blue.
Yeah, now blue is taking
considerably.
considerable damage. Blue is taking considerable damage. You said you did 36.
Yeah, I know. At least just from me, I think he's taken close to 100.
Yeah. You nat 20'd on one of those hits, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got the space equivalent assassin opening for the auto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you take your rifle out, fire it almost straight up. While he's already damaged, you see it enter in kind of one of the joints that hold the head on. That just takes the head clean off. And
She's
the
been concentrating the fire just in one area because she knows the nerd boys are going to want to take these guys apart.
They're self-aware.
Yes.
Its arms drop to the side, and it kind of hits its knees and just kind of slumps there in the doorway.
I found her exit.
2 days till retirement.
He had me getting too old for this shit. Alright, next up is Armanto. No, not Armanto. Adrian.
I was like, what?
Got my A's mixed up. Carry on.
But no, speaking of
Did
Armando,
that last week.
he's
I know
going
what's
to take off the gauntlet on his right arm.
Okay.
He'll reach over to Aramanto, grab his arm, attach it to his left arm, strap it on, link it to the rig, and then he'll say, use this as the plasma blade activates.
Oh shit!
Now, is the gauntlet an actual device that you use, or is it just your power that's being used?
It is a device that Adrian built, but is the focus of the power. So when he uses the power, it comes out of that device.
Is it like the zealots from StarCraft before it just
Yeah,
comes out like
basically.
that. Yes.
Basically.
Okay,
I
so
like fire.
basically you have strapped this to him, and you're using your power to activate it. But he's
Yeah.
the one that'll be swinging it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's the one swinging it. Adrian is maintaining the power.
All right. Is it concentration?
Yes.
Okay.
But it does 3d6 radiant damage.
That's right, because we had established that, or it had been established last time that his weapon is not, Armanto's sword is not forged.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Question. If I use my long blade in one hand, and this in this hand, can I two-weapon fighting it? Is this light?
Let me double check that.
Because Armanto is already like, I'm gonna put this fucking grand blade away.
Similar in size and shape of a short blade.
So yes, should be light, and have finesse actually.
Are short swords light, or short blades light?
I believe
Short
so.
swords are.
I'll double check.
Yeah. Now, is your short blade forged?
No, the plasma blade
I know, but
is.
you want
similar.
the offhand with your short blade, and my
This-
question is why?
I'm main handing the long blade because I can. Jeremy is thinking I can divine smite with this one, and I can hit with this one.
Is there any reason you couldn't divine smite with?
There isn't. But
Because it's
more
basically anything you
attacks.
make an attack roll with. Well, okay, I see.
I
The more
have 3
attacks
attacks here. I have 3 attacks here.
Sure, but you're responsible for looking up
He
the
just
two-handed
wants to get
rules.
that, man.
What was that, Patrick?
He just wants 3 attacks, man.
All right,
Yes.
all right, he can have 3 attacks then. Carry on.
Two-handed rules is as long as it's a light weapon, he can swing it as a bonus action. However, he doesn't get his stat
Get
bonus
armor.
to the damage rolls, but because that weapon doesn't have a stat bonus to it, it just does the raw 3d6 radiant damage anyway.
Cool.
Gotcha.
There you go.
And short
Arrow.
blade is a light weapon.
All right, we have confirmation. Okay, is that your action then? Passing that over to him and activating it?
Yep, because I can't do anything else.
And now it is.
Because you hit me with slow, you turd.
Did I? Oh, I think I did, didn't I? I think
You
Blue,
did,
I
yes.
think Blue did that.
Blue did do
All
that.
right.
Dead now.
All,
It's
all
now
I can do
Blue's
for the
turn.
next... let's say all I can do for the next minute is an action or a bonus action. I
Oh,
can't
can we
do
make
both.
even though he's dead?
Oh yes, it has a duration on it. It is not a. It is not a concentration.
It's not-
or anything.
Okay, so just fire and forget.
Let's see. Let me find it here. Sonic burst.
What was the DC on that? Because I think I might have failed that too and forgot.
It was a DC 17 Wisdom save.
Yeah, then I failed it because my last DC roll was an 11.
I think I was the only one. I think I was the only one that passed it actually, or me and Hall, because both of us are. I don't remember. Did y'all add 3 to your saves?
Even if we did, it wouldn't have got either one of us to 17.
That's true.
I remember you reminding them last time about that. So
Yes.
yeah, these effects last for 1 minute.
Okay.
We can only take like an action, not a reaction.
Okay.
And you know,
Here.
it seems like Roll20 ought to keep up with how many rounds there have been, but I don't see a. It's weird. Other
It
round.
does, because it did that when we played Strahd.
You probably have to tell it to.
Yes, you do have to tell it to.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how, but you do have to tell it to. Alright, ready?
Yes, Armando, you're up.
Alright. The Grand Blade dissolves into his forearm, and he pulls out his long blade that's sheathed to him because he can only have one of his Oh no, he can have 2. Never mind. Then the long blade comes out to replace it. And he looks at this gauntlet, and he looks at Adrian, and a smile comes across his face.
Then he finger guns, and then he goes,
No. And then he'll look towards this purple guy, and he's gonna start swinging. This is my long blade now, so it's different. What is the stat? What is the stat on this? Is it just my D20 and then your spell? Is it like your spell attack?
Yeah, so it's a +8 to the attack roll.
Gotcha. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, so this is the first two are my long blade. Doing it one-handed. That is a 20, not dirty 20, not natural.
Okay, that still hits.
Okay, and then I'm gonna drop a. What spells do I have? I'm gonna drop a level 1 divine. Whatever it is, divine smite. Sure. I know how to play this class.
Mhm.
And since I'm assuming the slashing damage doesn't matter anyway, I'm not even gonna roll it. Just gonna roll the smite.
Okay, that's fine.
Because Jeremy knows that, but you know, Aramonto hasn't picked it up yet. This is 2d8. Cool. Is this a something that would give me? I forget what it is. It's automatons and something else that gives me another extra d8. Automaton or a construct.
This is an automaton.
Okay, extra d8. Thank you.
Since when do paladins get favorite enemies?
That is. That's 15 radiant damage on the first hit.
All right.
That is to hit for the grand blade. The long blade on the second hit is going to be a 19.
19 hits.
Okay, same thing. I'm gonna use another tech slot. Same, another level 1 tech slot. That's same thing? Question mark. 13. Yeah, 15 points of radiant damage again.
All right.
And then
And you're off.
and then my offhand. And this is plus your spell attack.
Yep,
Which is
+8.
the 8. Okay. Ooh. 22.
That's definitely it.
How much is it? Or how much damage?
3d6.
3d6. Just gonna drop the other smite in it, just sure.
All right.
Just burn them all.
Yeah. I have higher level tech slots, I'm fine. Wait a minute. I casted celerity on myself. I have another attack.
Well,
yeah, you
let's
did.
resolve this one first.
Yeah, I got this. I got this one step at a time. I'm just saying. 11, 12, 13, 19. $26 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
And then my celerity, long blade. Actually, yes, I'll do it. Natural 20.
I don't think anything in this game's immune to crits, so carry on.
Okay. And then again, the slashing damage doesn't matter, so I'm gonna drop a level 2 tech slot. And that is an extra. That is 3d8 by itself, and then it is
So 68.
68, but it's also an automaton, so it gets another. I get another 2d8 off of it.
So 8d8.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what does this bonus damage count as?
It is radiant damage.
Okay.
You'd be getting the bonus slashing damage too if it wasn't immune.
Right. We need to get me a magical weapon.
Well, you technically have one right now.
Yes, and he will talk about that later. 3, 6. I'm gonna roll these.
Great. Now the paladin's going to leave a lightsaber.
I mean, we did have that
6,
sword.
4, 8, 12.
Yeah. But he didn't let us keep it.
4, 8, 12. 16, 20. And then fuck. I'm doing math on Twitch. It's bad for me.
We're all staring at you.
I know you
Not
are.
just us, but also the bajillions of people watching at home.
Yep.
Yep.
8.
No pressure.
34 points of radiant damage.
Alright, so 34 points of damage.
Yes. Whew. Math.
Math isn't hard. Math in front of an audience is hard.
Yes. And how's it looking? I've waylaid the crap out of it.
Well, its health is no longer in the 3 digits, so you done good. You have gone at like a rabid Wolverine, and, you know,
Yes.
chunks of armor have flown off. It's reared back, like it's not even sure what's going on with it.
He's like this with like the long blade and like this thing, like this pulsing plasma energy thing in his,
And then
in
you
his arm.
make
He's like,
JoJo stand pose.
that's my turn. He looks feral right now.
And first off goes, okay, dude, tone it down a notch.
You're at an 11. We need you at about an 8.
No.
All right.
All right.
Now, let's get my sheet. Oh, we're in a fairly enclosed space, aren't we?
You're in quite an enclosed space. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to pop a plasma orb.
Oh shit. I don't know what that does, but it sounds fun.
I don't either.
Let me just remind you, all of your friends are close by as well.
Essentially, it doesn't let me exclude anybody.
It would say so in the text.
Let me remind you, all your friends are close by.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm double checking before I do anything. It's 220. That's page. That's not what I needed. Looking at this ability now. I wrote down the wrong number.
Which one was it?
I'm looking at it right now. It's plasma orb, and unfortunately, it does look like it hits
Everybody.
the area inside the sphere. So, unfortunate. Okay, so plan B.
Plan B, whole sweet kung fu moves.
I'm going to use attack pattern. Basically launches take control of, basically a swarm of my drones come out. And again, and then I started blasting.
I believe you have used this on several occasions.
Yes. I remember you being clutch with it when y'all met me.
And just prior to that, on the Shadow Technocracy ship, I think you used it a lot. Now, is it an attack roll, or do they just have to roll a reflex?
It's dexterity, yes.
Alright.
Technically, you're right, but you're not playing Pathfinder.
Yeah, it's unfortunately in the Esper Genesis book, it says it's a dexterity saving throw. So
yeah, they even typo it in the book. But anyway, all right. So you're gonna be able to catch both of them that way.
Yes.
All right. So let me give them rolls, purple and red, because blue is alas no longer with us.
Good.
Hey, Blue's been a faithful servant. You bust in his house and shoot him up.
I'd do it again.
Murder hobos. Alright. Dex. What is their dex? Okay, that's their dex.
We're making up for that time we didn't murder hobo an entire ship.
By murder hoboing an entire civilization.
Alright. Red got a 7, so that's going to be a fail. And purple got a 19.
Okay, the 19 passed.
Oh, I forgot they have advantage on all ISPER abilities, so purple rolls a natural 20, so his was better.
Armanto's there like, so am I, you're not special.
Oh, red rolls better as well. He now has an 8. So both of them rolled one better.
Alright. Yeesh.
Alright.
Oh, hello. Max damage.
Oakley dokley. So that's 24 from the first guy.
And 12 on purple.
Right.
And since it counts as an attack, I get to use my coordinated strike ability.
Does using the power doesn't take a
It counts as my action.
Okay, well, your attack would also be an action, so if the power counts as an action.
Let me look up how coordinated strike applies into that. Because essentially, my drones attack whenever I'm attacking.
Yeah, but the actual summoning of them, I think, counts as an action. When they fire next round, that doesn't take anything from you as long as you're still concentrating.
Okay.
But go ahead and look it up and make sure that it takes an action. I would assume that it did.
It'd be kind of overpowered if it didn't.
Let's see.
At least a bonus action.
Alright. Coordinated strike. Assist you in combat. When you use an attack action, you can attack the same target with your drone by spending a bonus action. I hit the target. It takes radiant damage. And this feature changes.
Oh, now is this a power like a spell, or is this one of your class abilities?
This power is a spell.
Okay, and it's coordinated attack? How am I missing it?
It's under Machinist, page 73.
Okay, I was over in the power section looking at the generic power, or the, like spell this.
Yeah, coordinated attack is actually a class feature, I'm sorry.
Gotcha, okay.
It's basically, it's one of the bonuses I get for being a machinist. Specialized.
Is this the equivalent of you being like a war domain cleric?
Okay.
More.
Yeah, you may take your attack. Basically,
All right.
anytime you take an attack, you can use a bonus attack. You can use a bonus action to have your drones attack. It's all. You don't have.
Oh yeah, it's a bonus action then. Yeah, you were good to begin with.
Yeah, and it's and since I'm over 6th level, I get to 2d6 now, plus my wisdom, because it's advanced and synchronized. Just a couple paragraphs down, and but they still need to make an attack action. So it's ruler. And,
So what are you attacking with as your actual attack action?
it's basically kind of like a Esper attack, more or less. I use my Esper attack modifier, channeling or forging.
Okay.
Is casting a spell the attack action, though? Because the attack action is traditionally attack with a weapon.
Yeah, if there are times where it says whenever you deal damage, and there are times where it says whenever you attack or make an attack roll.
Would be. Let's see here.
Figuring it out live. This is the true Dungeons and Dragons experience.
Yep. Let's see, the spell in question was there it is. Oh no, blackboard. Yeah, here we are.
Part of me wants to like punch harder with this arm when I do the attacks like in real life, but like my bicep is I almost pulled out my bicep at work, so I was like, that's not a good idea.
It's kind of fuzzy in this one because it's a concentration spell, And on each of your turns for the duration, you can use your action to repeat the attack, targeting the same area or a different one.
It's a little weird. Is there any errata for it that you know of?
They do have errata for the game.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking because you've accessed it before.
Core manual. Esper powers. There's only 2 pages of it. Of course, this had I've got the one from October. I probably should check to see if there's an update. Nothing on coordinated attack specifically. Nothing on attack actions. Oh well, I'm gonna make a call and roll with it. Since a lot of the stuff's text based, we'll say go ahead and as long as it's something that requires an attack roll, we'll call that an attack for right now.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll check for a more updated errata and see what I find later.
That's a 25. Holy shit.
That's the hit.
Well, that's definitely a hit.
And then it's
Holy fuck.
I'm worried what the rest of my rolls are going to look like this game, because I think I just used all my luck now.
Holy shit.
All right, and that was on purple or red?
That would be on purple.
Okay. He is not looking too good. He's not quite as rough as Blue was before Sarah took that last shot, but he's looking pretty rough.
Armand was just like gritting his teeth at him.
And then it is Red's turn. You see Red looking at where Blue is falling. And then
No.
he doesn't vocally say anything. And then he turns his head and he sees, this little rabid Wolverine dive into his other buddy. And then Hull's attack drones start swooping around and Hull lays into his buddy. And you see the glowing red light of his eyes suddenly shift down to slits.
Oh no.
And he seems to focus on Hull.
Little did you know this wasn't even my final form.
Yes, suddenly he's got blonde hair and blue eyes. Alright. So he will use multi-attack with his bladed limbs. Let's see. Oh, he hasn't used his Sonic Burst. But that doesn't actually hurt people, and he wants to hurt people. So yes, multi-attack on Patrick. Or, excuse me, on Hull. Alright, so he gets 2 melee attacks with that. Alright, so his first attack is a total of a 20.
Well, that hits, unfortunately.
Alright. Oh, that's right. I was short a D8 for this attack.
Oh no.
But I thought
That's
I
something
had...
you don't want to hear your DM say.
Well, I said it last week.
And I didn't want to hear it then, and I don't want to hear it now.
That's weird. I thought I had found an extra bag of dice sitting around here, but I don't see it now. Oh, that's right. It was a bag of 10-siders anyway, so that doesn't help me. Alright. So... 16 points of slashing damage, Patrick.
Ow.
And then his second attack was a 13.
That misses.
Alright.
So that was 16 damage.
Yeah, 16 slashing. And as he takes that last slash, he leans down till his face is right in yours. You should not have come here.
Does he say that out loud?
Yes.
Okay. Does he say it in Ekajati?
No, he says it in common.
Ooh.
I hate you so much, I will soil my tongue with your lecherous language.
It's one of those Aramantos. They're like, wow, your translator's really working out there, Adrian.
You're a robot. Do you have a tongue?
You're
It's a robot
welcome.
tongue. Shut up.
He's just like, you're welcome.
Alright, so that was red. And now it's purple's turn.
Fight me. Fight me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's going after you completely.
Come on.
Oh, you have that +2 to your AC, don't you?
Yep.
Celerity.
Yup.
That's right.
And Adrian, our Armato needs. Well, actually, is that a cone?
Aramanto needs to what?
No, everybody can see. Anybody can target one or more creatures within 10 feet of it. So anybody within 10 feet of it, it can target.
Okay.
Is this that slow cone again?
Well, it's not a cone. It's within 10 feet of him.
Is it the slow thing again?
Yes.
I'm not rolling.
No, anybody already affected by it doesn't have to roll.
Well, it's like, I don't have to roll because I'm already affected.
So Hall and I get a plus 3 to our save. Oh, mine's already.
Yours should already be
Factored
factored
in.
in, I would think.
Mine's factored in on my sheet, so I know what to roll.
What kind of roll do I need to make?
This is a wisdom saving throw. You're at
Okay.
+3 to whatever you usually are because you're standing close to the sentinel.
The glowing beacon of murder hobo.
Does this function the same as usual slow? Like, do we get a save every start of every one of our turns?
Oh, huh.
Jesus fuck.
You get it at the end of each of your turns, actually.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm gonna roll.
I think I remember saying that last time
last.
and then completely forgot
Yeah.
to have y'all do
Was
it.
it wisdom or charisma?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay.
With me, you have to also
So,
factor
no.
+10 comes that I'm also basically a cleric. I have
Yes.
high wisdom by nature.
Yes.
And it's one of my proficient saves. So.
Yes.
Alright, so you have no
Uh,
problems with it.
I made it.
Yeah, with the plus.
I have a +6, but I rolled a natural 2.
So
so that's an
now you're slow.
Question. I
Well,
have
it's not
celerity
really
with
a
me.
slow effect. It's
How would that work with the celerity effect?
a target can't use reactions. Its speed is halved. It can't make more than one attack on its turn.
Would he just be average now?
Are you gonna
Like
balance
it
me out
wipes
here?
out the celerity?
I'll do that. If it cancels out celerity, I'm down.
All right, does celerity boost your speed?
Yes.
Celerity is basically haste.
It's haste.
All right, does it double your speed?
It grants me the ability to do the dash action. I would count that as yes.
Close enough.
Yes.
So that is two that specifically would counter each other. So
Yes. So,
the celerity
but
gives you.
I
an
would
action.
still be.
Celerity
we'll
is
basically just say it
+2
cancels out the
to
celerity.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Is
So I can
celerity a
still-
concentration?
Yes.
You have to keep concentrating on it though,
Yes,
otherwise the
I
full slow
understand.
effect would kick in.
Yes.
So really, that's only going to save him. Let's see. If the target can't use reaction. Bonus action. Well, celerity gives you extra action, so this is basically going to cancel. Okay, yeah. Fair
Yes.
enough. Just the straight cancellation sounds fair enough.
Okay.
Alright, so he's hit you with that, and that is his action. Oh. Let me see when those recharge for these guys. Alright. One of them can't use it next round. One of them can use it next round. Oh, wait. Only one of them used it. Never mind. I thought about doing that with the red and didn't.
Arturo,
I'm
when
confusing
did you
myself.
learn tech?
Alright. Back to the top of the order with Cat.
Gonna take a called shot at purple. Means I'm taking a -5 to possibly gain 10 additional damage.
Power attack, basically. But with range.
It's sharpshooter.
13.
13 does not hit.
Okay.
Did
And that's her turn.
Kat pass her wisdom save with a 17?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She rolled
17 was
a
what
14
she
and
did. Okay.
got a +3.
Okay.
But I
cool.
only get one shot.
Yeah. I'm just making sure.
But you were already under the effect of one of them, weren't you?
Yeah, but I rolled my wisdom save because I didn't roll it last time.
Okay.
I didn't roll it on my first turn of the round of back this game.
Okay.
So I just rolled it after Hull's damage.
Okay, so that shook off Blue's effect on you. Give me a roll for purple. Because he just triggered it and you were within 10 of him.
$13, $14, $15?
Doesn't really matter. I'm just taking one action, so
Oh, that's true.
This is a 15.
no, it has to be
No, it's gotta be
17.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear that the 17 was a DC. My bad.
Let's see. So you shot him, or shot at him. Adrian, you're up.
So everyone's wailing on purple now, huh?
Yep.
Okay, Adrian's going to use 15 of his movement to use that dude's buddy as cover.
All right. It will be
Since
considered
large.
difficult terrain getting through the door because he's still kind of blocking it. He's no longer making an active move to do so, but you kind of squeeze in between them.
Okay,
Now, no further than you're moving, it doesn't really matter.
yeah.
Uh,
And he's going to basically use it as either like 3/4 or half cover from fire. And I mean, it's a
between that and
large
the door, we'll
thing.
call it 3/4.
3/4, okay, and then he's gonna fire a sprite beam at this guy.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Both of those are going to hit.
Okay.
And what does a sprite beam do?
Force damage.
Eldritch Blast.
So we're 24 force damage.
He's barely holding together.
Good.
And at my turn.
All right.
Oh, wait. No.
Oh, Cat, give me a roll for the end of your turn.
That's 10, so not. Yep.
Nope.
Okay.
Wait. Double checking some. This isn't mine altering hallucinatory, correct?
No, this is Sonic. It's disorienting you is kind of how it's supposed to be working out.
Never mind.
Armanto.
Aramonto has completely, not completely, but he's got a distant look in his eyes. He's looking up at this guy, at this creature, and it's kind of like looking. His eyes are like wide and whatever. He's not even using the long blade right now. He's gonna just give this thing a haymaker with the plasma.
All right, give me a roll.
19 on the die. It's plus 8.
That's going to hit.
Okay. $12 damage. 12 radiant.
You're not
Am I able
sure.
to do that again, or is that just going to be my bonus action?
That was your attack action.
I have extra attack.
Well, the
'Cause
action,
I'm-
the
'cause we're
extra,
still-
yeah, the extra attack gets canceled out, but you've still got your
Bonus action.
bonus action, yeah, which
Okay,
can
then I'll
attack
do
with
that.
the offhand weapon.
Yes.
Which
Well, if he
in-
said that they canceled each other out, wouldn't he get his normal attack with extra attack for level 5, but he wouldn't get the extra attack from Celerity?
Yeah, if we canceled out, I would still have 2
Yeah.
attacks.
That's right. Because I wasn't thinking about the fact that you normally have 2 attacks plus.
Yeah,
It would only
yeah,
be canceling out the extra celerity attack. So yeah, you can go
Sure.
make your second
Okay.
full attack then.
Second attack is 18 on the die.
That's going to hit.
It's like 26. That is 9 points radiant damage. Is this thing still up?
Yes. For a couple of seconds.
You have that whole
Oh.
anime swipe you hold for a second, and then it explodes.
Well, I'm imagining it's him driving it up into it, and it sort of reaches out and grabs his arm for just a second, and then the grip goes limp.
Oh no, Aramato is just it shows signs of like going down, and he's still like going in on it. So you guys are gonna have to deal with that in a few turns. Or he's still slowed, but he's still like that's just, he's ending his turn doing that.
There's another one.
Oh, you're up.
Sorry.
Alrightos. Well, I divert the attack swarm. Then I started blasting.
Oh, that's right. That's a saving throw for him. Red's got to quit rolling Red's dice. All right, but he has advantage, so that I don't have to keep that 3. 19. That was a much better roll.
So,
So he still takes damage, but only half.
well, 3. That's 8 on that one. Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
Balance in all things.
It'd be weirder if it was all ones. That'd,
That would have been suspicious. If I'm rolling my own dice, because I don't trust Roll20's dice specifically for this game.
I don't know. Having played a lot of games on Roll20, over a long span, it pretty well all evens out. But you get these weird runs.
Yes, exactly.
Which, in actual, if you were sitting there flipping a coin, the same thing would happen. But
This is like a 20-sided coin.
yes. I'm just saying you get these improbably long runs of one or the other. But over the course of 1,000 flips, it would work out to pretty much 50.
that's why when trying to demonstrating by statistics, I want you to track all these coin flips. And how they know which ones are real is because they look for all like the big long lengths of like the thing with heads.
Yep. They'll have one group actually do it the flips and one group pretending to do flips. All right.
And also the coordinated strike.
I thought that was the coordinated strike.
No, that was the
That was a bombing run.
yeah, that
Oh,
was
that's
the
right.
assault.
That was okay. I got you.
Yeah.
25 is definitely going to be a hit.
And 12 points of damage.
Okay. You're chipping away at his armor. This one still looks in pretty good shape. All right. Next up is Red.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna roll this. You're good. I'm gonna roll my wisdom save. I forgot to roll.
Oh yes, please do.
Not any better. That is 15.
You give everybody else
So-
pluses, but can't make the roll yourself.
Nope. Because I have a +3 to my wisdom save. Because it's not one of my things I get specialized in. I mean, I will say that thing totally sees Aramanto beating the shit out of this thing still.
Yeah, but there's somebody between it and you,
Yeah. There's a couple of somebodies.
and if it shoots, it only gets one attack, and it really wants both of its attacks.
Okay.
So it's going after Hole with both swings. A 14 is probably not going to hit Hole.
No, it does not.
And a 17 is going to be iffy. How's 17 look?
It misses.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Clerics are heavily armored.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
But tiny HP pulls.
I didn't think a 17 would hit, but I had hope. But
Yeah, it's been kind of I've honestly built him more like a support tank.
Mm-hmm. Donor from League of Legends.
all right, top of the order.
Just taking a regular shot at red.
Okay.
Actually, I'm still technically in melee with him, so
Yeah, you are.
25.
25 hit. Well, that means she would get her strike damage, but
Yep.
she's just not doing anything hinky on her side doing the attack roll. All right, so it is 29.
29 piercing.
Yeah, but it's 4
And-
piercing.
And rolling wisdom save.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh shit.
Such is life.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian.
Shuffle, shuffle.
Shuffle, shuffle, sprite beam.
Bap. I assume both those hit
Yes.
for 13 force damage. And hey, I'm free.
One sec. I need to check something.
All right.
To find out if you're actually in range. What is this?
10 feet, right?
Yes.
Well,
If we're assuming that you're right here in this square.
That's
Yeah.
true.
One,
That is true.
if we're
two.
going by blocks, then
Okay, that's true. I forgot this is weird. All right.
Yeah, it's close enough. We'll.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
I forget exactly how diagonals count in that, but
It's 5 feet diagonal still.
Yeah.
All right. Aramanto starts his turn by finishing up hitting this thing. It's like, fuck you! And looks up at the other one. And just goes towards it. Said I can move. I only. Well, no, because it cancels out. So,
You have
and
30
it
feet.
wouldn't take that much movement anyway. So he's gonna get right here between Hull and it, and like gives it like.
well, now it takes up all 4 of these blocks right here.
Okay.
It is large, so you can't get into its same space.
So you get like here.
Now the dead ones you can get in the space of the dead ones because they dead.
Okay.
So you can get like right here.
I'll be like there, yeah. And he's gonna start attacking.
Hmm.
You all see Aramanto just looks fucking unhinged.
So like normal then.
No,
More
because you
unhinged.
have not seen him like this. That is math. God damn it. 13 plus 8.
What, 21?
Yes.
Yeah, 21.
That's a hit.
That's 14 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
One more. Oh, 2 more. One more?
One more if you're just using the gauntlet.
Okay. That is that's 22.
That's a hit.
Okay. Seven points of radiant damage. that's his. That's my turn.
Hole, you're up.
Okay, so red is still active.
Yep, he's looking rough.
Well, I still got him for several turns, so give me another dexterity save.
And a 14 was his highest roll.
So he failed that one, so full damage.
Oh, nice.
So 23 points of damage on him.
Alright, now he looks like he's seriously struggling.
Now one of the drones gets a pot shot.
Yep. I can do this 8 times because of advancements. And 5 reps, they get them back. So. And 19. Does that still hit?
Yes, the 19 still hits.
Ah. Yeah, 10 points of damage.
Alright, he is still standing. Though there are sparks flying, parts of him are smoking, bits of him are missing. He is definitely in a bad way. And then it's his turn.
Look at me when I kill you.
He'll give a swipe apiece to one to Armanto and one to Hull.
Okay.
As he's swinging at you, he's asking you, "Why are you here? We've been decommissioned. Why did you come here and do this?" And he takes a swing at both of your heads.
Fair enough.
24 on Armato?
That hits.
I only wanted to be loved.
Let's see. Where did I put those D8s? Is a plus of 17 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then Hole. Natural 20!
Ooh.
Ow.
Alright, so that's going to be...
Oh, I keep forgetting to fucking roll the wisdom save.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Ha! Finally, 22. Okay.
29 points of slashing damage, Hole.
Ow.
Yeah, that's an owie.
22 was the wisdom save.
Alright. Your celerity is back in effect.
How much was that again?
Yeah.
22?
Yes, 22.
That was low considering what the damage I took.
Not all of his die rolls are really high. But that was 6d8 plus 6, so you know.
That's what I'm saying. My hit was if my hit was critted, that would have been a lot more power damaging. Because mine would have been like in the 30s.
Alright, that is his go. Alright, Cat. Here's your chance to finish things.
Standard shot.
Do it.
18.
You need a 17 to hit him, so an 18 does it.
Pew!
And Death Strike.
Holy
so
shit.
35.
Alright. So, yeah, you bring the gun up. You sight in on him just as he turns and looks at you.
Right through one of the eyes.
The hole appears. The bullet, or whatever it is you're firing, exits. Clearly exits out the back. You see a spray of parts, and the other eye just goes out and he falls over to one side.
Armanto.
Going to go over, grab Aramanto by the back, and deck him.
Roll attack.
Unarmed is strength,
Strength.
correct?
Yes.
$19.
Technically meets it, beats it.
Yeah,
It's not very efficient because she's got 10 strength.
Unless she somehow gets sneak attack from that.
Technically.
Well, she's got. Well, no, because Hole would not count as being in melee combat with Armanto because they're on the same team. So no, so you do the 1 point of damage that you do for a punch.
But it's a
Pulls out the
surprise.
Pulls out the captain voice. Get your shit together.
You need to
Have a
have.
breakdown on your own time. Let's get your shit together.
Look, you're the ones whose job is to stop breakdowns, not cause them.
Have fun. If
Yes.
so, great. Stop being a psychopath. That's my job.
Armanto like holds back a chuckle.
Little cheek pat. Come on, let's go.
Anyone want to go see what's on floor 1?
Yes.
Because that's their weapons lab.
Yeah, it is.
Do we want to come back for these, or
Let's.
I'll have Yanni watch them.
Armanto's slowly taking off the glove and handing it back to Adrian.
That blade is still on, by the way.
Yep, he's taking it off.
And then he throws it to Adrian. Yeah, I think you want
He'll
this back.
take it, put it back on again.
That's
And
impressive.
he'll maintain the power but turn off the blade. Yeah, I built it myself.
Impressive. It felt better to use.
Alright, so combat is over.
More-
Let me switch over to
more
the
personal.
We are the Nerdy Turtle Network.
yeah, let's look at getting you a sword. Hey, you just threw up the end credits on us there, bro.
Yeah. I forgot I had that stuff turned on when I switched back.
That's way too much of me.
Is it though? Is it?
It really is.
Usually this thing resizes really good on its own, but it did not do it today. Oh well. When we get over to the next game,
It won't matter anymore.
Yeah, I'll only need the one overlay at that point.
You could always just have like a world map or something.
I'll admit I have thought about still having one that shows Roll20.
Mhm.
Just so I can just to use it to show pictures or artwork or something.
Couldn't hurt to have one just, to have.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Switch
That was-
Armanto and Adrian's name. What the hell?
I thought I had invited him in the same order this week, but I guess I didn't.
This is what I warned you about.
Yeah, but I thought I'd invite you in the correct order that I wouldn't need to change it this time. I will.
You psyched yourself out.
Clearly. Alright, well, with that less than graceful
It's
Call
on
out.
brand. It's
Transfer.
on brand.
No, this is true. We do not have a production team working for us. We are not Critical Role.
If you're looking for professionalism, I recommend you look elsewhere.
Indeed. We're not even Happy Jacks. Alright.
Armanto is gonna compose himself, or try to, and he's gonna be in the back of the party.
Okay.
Just in case he asks for a marching order.
I mean, Adrian is now technically an administrator of the facility, so...
After the alarms were tripped, we don't know how many more of those are here.
True.
Are we
Actually,
going
you know
down?
He'll go back to that head scientist terminal, and he'll check to see if there's any more active security.
You find that there are 6 still active drones that were left here.
Mm-hmm.
I
Are they awake?
6 counting the 3 that you've taken out. So there's 3 more somewhere.
Okay.
They show as not currently being in their charging stations.
Okay. Adrian, now remembering what that one said before, he's going to go back and post date his approval as an administrator for much further back than this.
Okay.
Basically changing the timestamp of the coding. Since he does have administrative access now.
No, I've always been the administrator of this facility.
You know, just in case that shit happens again.
When it happens again.
Yeah.
So you make that adjustment, and then it's a quick trip to the elevator if you want to go down to the first floor.
First floor, everybody?
Yep.
And if you recall from last time, apparently the Ekajati numbered their building starting at the bottom floor as 1, and then just working up. Rather than the first floor being like ground level or something.
Was the top floor called the basement?
No, it'd be called whatever number the top floor was.
That'd be funny, though.
Also, I kind of tap on Armando's shoulders going, hey, yeah, I kind of got hit really badly. Got any heals?
You got any heals, buddy?
Them dank heels?
Yeah.
Any of that paladin shit?
Yeah.
Sentinel shit.
He will not so gracefully place his hand on like a wound of holes, just like pah! and then his rig will glow, and he will regenerative force however much he needs.
Why am I imagining Armando just like going, charging it up his hand, just like, here you go. Just decking him across the
Be
face.
healed.
The
Why
power
am I
of Christ compels
Healing
you.
might.
Healing smite. Pow. That's
You
wonderful.
joke, but I'm gonna make that a class feature one of these days on a paladin.
So
Homebrew
just out of curiosity, Patrick, how bad off was Hold?
I had 34 points left
34? Oh, that ain't too bad.
out
Out
of
of what?
85.
Out of 85? Okay,
I-
so you had taken a pretty severe beating.
Yeah, so
could-
I need like 51 heals.
What level am I?
9.
I could have sworn y'all were 10. Oh, well, maybe that's going to be after
No?
this.
You keep saying that.
I mean, we can level up right
Well,
now.
I guess I'm just basing it off the CR of the encounters I've built for you. My bad. Carry on.
So what I'm hearing is I need to take 5 minutes to level up to 10.
No, y'all be fine.
We did that last session.
Mind him.
I'll drop. I don't want to put everything in there. Fuck it. I'll drop 50 in there.
Suddenly, Hole feels much better.
It just like the glowing gets like really intense for a second, and then he moves his hand and there's no wound anymore.
Now the only thing that hurts is that spot that Armando slapped.
It was like a sumo slap, like that. Like one of these things. Just
Ow. Well, I'm not bleeding now, but ow.
Yeah.
just a hand-shaped bruise on his chest.
Alright, so you're heading to the first floor, so load up in the elevator. Hole gets his heals, again, there's no Muzak in an alien elevator apparently.
Our monster starts humming. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
You are bored.
Just let him have his thing, dude.
But it is my job to be a butt.
Ding!
You arrive at the bottom floor. Elevator opens, just like on the other floors. It's well lit. And had it been in their computer system, you know, the lights would have been off down here until the elevator arrived, and then starts turning stuff on. You know,
Yeah.
got to keep their version of OSHA happy.
Mm-hmm.
Space OSHA.
Whatever counts out
OSHA.
here these days. Well,
Well, we see.
he's gonna start checking to see what room's what, basically.
All right. Much like the other research floor you were on, it's a long corridor with doors that branch off into other labs.
We went to floor 1, so this is the weapons lab.
Right. I'm just saying
weapons.
the basic setup is very
okay.
similar.
Basic setup's same. Gotcha.
You got similar. With a little poke around that, you do find there is actually like a firing range down here as well, though.
Okay.
Is there like a traditional looking armory? So armor. That's what Aramonto's looking for.
Okay, Adrian will help him find an armory.
Cat's gonna stealth around, make sure nothing's down here that might slap him around.
This floor has got its own security station, and they do indeed have an armory, according to the layout.
Okay.
Okay.
I was like, do I need to roll perception or does he have the layout?
Layout.
Yeah, I think he's
Okay.
got the layout.
Okay.
I'd say that I downloaded the map of the station.
The security room is actually the closest room to the elevator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
There.
With the administrative access that you now have, you're able to open the doors without any trouble.
Awesome. He'll open the door.
You open the door, lights come on automatically.
Yep.
There are
Lights come
shelves
on.
and racks. There are... The cupboards aren't completely bare, but there's not a lot here.
Weaponry.
It
Is
looks
there any
like-
weaponry?
It looks like the bigger stuff that they probably...
the stuff they were actually researching.
Well, that wouldn't be here. This would be the guy. This would be the stuff for the security guys to use. So this would be standard issue kind
Gotcha.
of stuff.
Gotcha.
There's a couple of handgun-sized things. I mean, that are generally gun-looking. I mean, they're not quite any design you've seen before, but
Right.
Mhm.
Aramonto pulls out his grand blade, and he kind of like measures it up to like some of the other stuff that's here.
well, it's bigger than the handgun-sized things. And
Sure.
Give me, let's see. Do you have search now, or is it just perception?
There's
Investigation?
perception. There's investigation.
Perception and investigation.
Yeah, investigation is kind of your search, and
Yeah.
perception is your...
Give me an
What is
investigation
around
roll
me?
with this then.
Spot probably. Am I getting assisted by this, or am I just doing it from save?
Oh, help them out.
Okay.
I need to roll. It's just going to be rolling with advantage.
Yeah. So,
I'm not gonna metagame this, but you would probably be better off. That's a 16 on the dice, so it's a 15.
You probably should have metagame that. Yeah, you get a 50.
It's
all
fine.
right. Like I said, you know, you find the handheld somethings that you figure are some kind of pistols.
Anything melee?
You find a few. I'll get to it. You find a few things that might be battery packs, but you're not sure. You're not really sure where they'd go in anyway, or if they'd even still have a charge after all this time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, the
I
base is
can-
still working fine, but
I can do mechanics to try to determine this, can't I?
Once you're back on the ship with all your equipment, probably.
Also, checking for any
Pockets one.
armor while I'm here.
You know, you do find some things that you think may be armor.
Hmm.
You know, it's just like chest pieces, but
Basic vests and stuff.
So we find what is basically. Can we find what is the equivalent of a light pistol for them?
you'll have to research. You're pretty sure that's what's left behind.
Odds are it looks like we might have to actually take this stuff back to the ship, and me and my lab are going to have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Alternatively,
I could charge it.
no.
That's true.
I
With Esper powers, you could probably, if you poke through your Esper powers, you might be able to find a shortcut.
was also suggesting that we could possibly look into their computer system and find out what projects they're currently working on.
That's not a bad idea. The
Alright.
security console might not be the spot to do that.
That's above my pay grade.
But the other thing you find that Aramato finds are these. It's like hand grips hung up on the wall. You know, some of them are, about like that. Some of them you could grip like this, but it's just.
I'm gonna grab the one that's very obviously two-handed and go like this with it, and like hold it away from people, obviously. Because I've seen
How do you know
laser
you're not
swords
holding
in
it
my
upside
day.
down?
I don't. And I'm just gonna kind of look it over, like. You ever see anything like this, Adrian?
Yep.
What is it?
Probably a plasma sword. We used to have one, but our friend flew off with it.
It was
He was
his.
here.
Oh yeah,
What?
he was, wasn't he? Yeah, you were here for that.
Right. I remember. I tried to.
It
And
does
he
not
thinks
have any
back.
opening. It does not have any openings on either end, though.
Does it have like an obvious button or something?
Not super obvious. Are you like
I'm kind of like this with it, like on the handle.
Do you want me to safely inspect that?
I like my way
No,
better.
this is more fun.
Give me another investigation roll.
Another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give yourself advantage on this
Esper.
one because you've already told me you're doing essentially what you need to do to
Yes.
find it. So
Esper Maracas.
Oh, good grief.
That is another 16, which is a 15.
15's good enough. You start feeling around, and there's this noise, and a blade starts kind of clicking into place. It's almost a clicking noise. It's like segments of a blade kind of come out. It's not an energy blade.
No. Is it like is it any kind of like bzzz, any kind of vibrations at all, like a vibroblade?
Once the blade is fully lengthed out, and you can't tell the individual segments once it's fully out. Now you're just sitting there holding a two-handed sword.
This is really cool.
It's very shiny too.
Ooh.
The blade looks almost chromed.
That does
You
hit the thing again.
It retracts.
Yeah, I figured as such. He's like just doing the scientific method. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd say Adrian will take what is probably the equivalent of a light pistol,
Okay.
which is probably an actual light pistol, like legitimately. But
I was gonna say Aramonto would probably shit, that's an hour. No, we have to wait till we get back to the ship.
What's that?
I was gonna say he would take the time to like link to the blade, but that's an hour, so it's like nope.
Definitely something he could do at some point, but yeah.
Yes. Probably not right now.
Adrian, you can both give me mechanic checks to try to identify some of this stuff, or certain things about this stuff.
I'm
Mechanics.
proficient in that too.
23.
Oh. Come on.
I'm proficient in it too. I'm just not as good as they are.
Then by all means, give me a roll.
Hell yeah.
I was just thinking of them as the tech guys when I called them out. But anybody that wants to examine one can examine one.
9.
Your blade
roll
is
is
very
it?
shiny. You like it.
Intelligence or
It's wisdom.
It's
Yeah.
it's
nah? Cat's just sitting in the security desk chair, spinning.
Hey, they lift some donuts.
why are
From,
they
like,
so
decades of
fresh?
Tink, tink, tink. No, they had very advanced pastries. They're still fresh.
They're chromed.
Let's see. Ho, just looking at the materials, you suspect these things may be forged. Adrian, you're quite certain these things are forged.
Aramaku just likes his
all the
shiny
weapons in here?
It looks that way. The armor as well. I'm not sure that actually gives an armor any kind of advantage, though.
Foot armor.
If it's the equivalent of magical armor, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you'll have to take it back to the ship and fully examine it to get, all the stats for it. But
Right. Adrian will go,
I'm just going to take all of this.
All right. We need.
he's actually going to snap his fingers as
No,
Yanni
as you
appears.
say-
Take all
No.
this back.
As
And-
you
and
say
then-
that, you just see a hole with a giant sack of everything in it. All right, are you ready to go?
The two brains immediately just start racing around and grabbing stuff.
Yeah. No, Yanni's literally going to there's things that start winking out as it disappears, as he's literally just phase carrying it through the base back to the ship.
Like I said, the room is not that full. You have 3 of these little breastplate things that you found.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. 3 breastplates.
Cat's gonna look around for a bag to put all this shit in.
The whole party, I have one mood, and it is steal.
You have 2 of the one-handed things you assume are one-handed. So, and if you pick them up and do them like you did the other one, they're clearly.
The button's on this right here. You just press the button, and he accidentally presses it and goes. Oh shit!
Don't hold it like this.
You only have 1 of the great sword sized ones. Or
Oh, I have it.
1 grand blade. Basically 2 that turn out to be long blades, and 1 that turns out to be a short blade.
Okay. Yeah, Yanni probably has all of those in one grip as he goes.
And then you have 7 of the pistol things.
Okay. Pistols disappear 2 at a time.
Yanni dual wields them.
And
Like a
about
badass
20
man.
of the little things that you suspect are battery packs.
They wink out too.
Cleaning them out.
Just taking a short rest while Yanni moves everything.
Yeah,
As well.
actually.
Adrian,
Well,
is
it would take him a
literally
while to
just
get all the way back to the ship with it.
So we parked. Not.
No,
We
it
didn't
was,
park that
you
far
had a
away.
decent you had a decent little bit of travel getting here. Or hang
Yeah.
on, I'm thinking about the
No,
the cave
that
y'all went. I'm thinking about the other one. Never mind.
Yes.
No,
Where
Yeah,
y'all had to
we
walk
parked-
and go talk to Achille. You're right.
Yeah,
you parked. Like it was like a 30-minute walk.
Got
So
curbside parking.
Yeah.
it was still like at least a 30-minute or so walk.
All right. If
Yeah.
that's the case, then I'm gonna short rest.
Yeah. It's probably more than definitely able to short rest though in the amount of time it takes.
Yeah.
Because Yanni's double moving is going 80 feet a sec or every 6 seconds. So
With as much as he can carry.
yeah, basically.
He's just going there, bamfing back, going there, bamfing
He doesn't. He
back.
can't take as much the first trip,
Mm-hmm.
but once he gets to the ship, he can come back with a bag.
Oh yeah, and
Because there were no bags or baskets or anything for the convenient carrying.
It's not like it's Walmart or something.
Yeah.
true. And honestly, he doesn't have to actually take the trip back. He can just teleport back to
Yeah.
Adrian. So he only has to technically make 1 trip every round. So that's what he'll do. And Adrian's literally sitting there going, he's grinning like a madman right now.
Mine?
If anyone wants to ask him why, feel free. But he's just grinning like a loon at the moment.
Aramantos.
Everything here is forged.
It's worth so much money.
Well, I'll say Adrian's the one that knows that. But yeah,
Hole suspected it though,
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
and then he sees your reaction to it. So I'm betting you Hole's pretty convinced too.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Stuff is shiny. Aramantos was like,
It's all forged.
Now, y'all are taking a short rest. So
Yes.
is there anything that you want to do that a short rest allows you to do?
role play.
Well,
Well, yes, there is.
all
that.
of just because short resting, all of Adrian's power slots recharge.
Oh, that's
As-
right. You are one of those, aren't you?
One of those.
Well, not all your spellcaster types do that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm one of those too, so
Really?
I believe so. Yes. At least all of
No,
all of
yours
my.
are long rest.
Yours are if you're
Clerics
still,
are long rests.
Yeah, actually, no, but all of my my
Rest.
coordinated
Your abilities-
things.
I was gonna say your abilities might come back on a
Calm
short
down.
rest.
Let him
I'm
talk.
sorry.
What are you saying, Barry?
Yes. I do believe that all of my abilities come back. So all my coordinated strikes and everything are recharged now.
The class ability stuff, not necessarily the powers.
I will double check that though.
Oh yeah. I mean, by all means, look at that.
You all see Aramanto come back to a semblance
Short
of
rest, 170.
normalcy.
You okay over there?
Yeah. Yeah.
You look out like that again? You still want me to slug you in the face, or is there something else I should be doing?
You didn't really hurt me at all. So
Okay, point, but I mean, I could have shot you, but I think a slap to the face was probably a better idea.
I
Wow.
would have been amused.
probably still wouldn't have done anything. She pulls out her gun. I'm. Ooh. 5 plus 2
Let's say yeah.
plus 7.
During this, Adrian's gonna be searching through the system, see what he can find.
Typing. A side effect of hitting Espergenesis for me was anger. Lots and lots of anger.
Well, and I actually chime in. I'm surprised because you seem to be the most in touch with who you are.
Yes. That is from. I hit Espergenesis when I was like 17. So I've had a long time to come to grips with it, but every now and again, when they gave me this and he like kind of tapped his rig, when I finally found out these existed, I was able to. I learned that this kind of kept me centered, but it's been a little hinky lately, as you can see.
Hmm.
Every now and again, I just remember where I was this time 15 years ago. No, 10 years ago. I was like, 15's too late. That's me time. That's not Armando time. And it wasn't pretty. So that's where I'm at right now.
Well, you're definitely farther along from where you were 15 years ago. You ain't on Earth. And I don't think any of us are going to stab you in the back for whatever reason. So, I ain't
mean-
saying it's going to fix it, but
Over the years, you learn how to cope with your stressors. Sometimes coping is just scrapping a bunch of Ekajati robots.
Who didn't deserve
Um, I know we wanted to salvage a few of those, and I'm sorry.
2 of them are mostly intact.
Eh,
One of them's mostly intact.
I could probably get maybe one from all the parts together. I'm sorry, I'll leave you guys alone now that I've walked off.
that honestly makes Armato feel a little better. But it's just something I have to with. It comes and goes, just like other feelings. It isn't something else I've learned is that you don't, unless you're literally able to through whatever you did. And he looks at Adrian. You can't really cut off that part of you. It needs to stay there.
I think I do a pretty good job.
You literally did it through whatever.
You compartmentalize like a motherfucker.
And it works.
Points at the Yanni who's blinking out again.
See? That is literally all of my kleptomaniac tendencies right there.
Not everyone can make their feelings a little obnoxious robot.
I don't necessarily have that luxury, so we all make do differently.
Well, if it matters, I think y'all are doing a pretty good job anyway.
Praise from Caesar.
He looked over like, who the hell are you?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
And like that, the moment is over.
Dueling, like flipping each other off and just going back to whatever they're doing.
Oh god, it's Monday again.
I'll say, while this is happening,
And while this is happening, loot!
Adrian is sort of casually scrolling through the system, see what he can find with his administrative access. Nothing like strenuous, so he can still get his short rest. He's just basically just scrolling.
Light reading.
Basically. And on one of the trips, he will pause as Yanni gets back to the ship. He will drop the lock on the roustabout, like cancel the power entirely, and then use Yanni as the focus to cast a more powerful variant of rank 5 on it instead of rank 4.
Still
Just like
allowing
changing
him
the
and everybody
access
else
code.
to access the ship, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone else still has access. It's just he just basically, because now all of his powers are rank 5, he's putting a rank 5 lock on the ship instead of a rank 4 lock.
Just an upgrade, okay.
Updating the TOS and everything.
More or less.
I hate having to go back and scroll down all the way down to do it again. I also can't read.
Kitchen, give me a sec, I'll be back in a moment.
Okay.
I'm about to say, you joke, but just because he felt like it, when you get back to the ship, the next thing you log into computer-wise, you're going to have to read through a massive TOS.
Oh god, there's gonna be a quiz at the end of it too.
Armato stabs the computer.
Why haven't you guys logged in? Because you put 55 pages of TOS in a 3-page quiz.
Because my sword is through my computer.
Well, that sounds unhealthy.
So eventually Yanni gets all the gear moved out.
Yep.
It probably takes him 3 trips, let's say.
I'll say we're taking a short rest, so at least an hour.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as part of a short rest, you can use some of your hit dice if you want to at the end. If any of you have some more damage you want to get rid of.
I think I used the die I needed to.
I
I'm still a
didn't
tanky
get-
boy.
I didn't either.
I healed Hull, so he's mostly
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
It was just me that needed to short rest. I'm just gonna do another bucket
So
because we're still here.
Yeah, I think we're alright.
Yeah, Hull could potentially, I guess, have burned one die to try to max
Woo!
himself out, but I think he was pretty
I
close
am-
to full.
I'm back at full.
I'll tell you, but yeah, Adrian isn't going to be doing really extensive searching through the system until the short rest is up. Because that is not a relaxing thing to
Mhm.
do.
It's like
You're just casually reading through some stuff.
Yeah, basically, it's just like, hey, what are these guys doing? What were they up to?
You're already in the system, so give me an investigate and see if you find. We'll see if you find anything
Absolutely.
interesting. Oh, there's that bag of dice I was looking for.
How's that 20 strike you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
I mean, technically 2 20s, but yeah.
Yep. Bag of dice, but no D8. Wouldn't have me no good if I had time. Alright.
Hey.
So, with a 20, anything in particular you were looking for, or that you were keeping your eye out for?
He was looking for, like, weapon experiments, basically, of, like, anything that might be a little bit more exotic in nature that someone in the group might be able to use.
this guy.
Oh, they were experimenting with, one of the design groups here was experimenting with, or was trying to design some sort of singularity bomb. They weren't doing any construction of it here, though.
Alright, but singularity bomb.
There's no indication in the information you find whether or not they ever finished this project before decommissioning.
Got it.
You find that a lot of the individual labs had their own closed systems that were taken when it was decommissioned.
Okay.
And you had other stuff about, improving the output of their energy weapons, Some of it was just kind of your basic, improving the basic stuff they had.
Okay. Anything that might bear fruit that he can just take with him to work on?
Not that you find here in the main system.
Okay.
You do find there was at least one of the labs working on a pistol. It fired an energy blast that did damage to the individual, while also having a chance to scramble their ability to access Esper powers.
Ooh. Which lab was that in? He'll make note of that.
Whatever the Ekajati equivalent of, Lab 14 is.
Okay.
But it is one that specifically still has its closed system there. They didn't take the computers when they left.
Alright. He'll make note of that.
Basically it was one of the lower security ones. I mean, everything on this floor is high security, but like a singularity bomb, that's like top tier security. That's nuclear secret level stuff.
Yeah.
Give the players the A bomb. Give the players the A bomb.
Let's not just say we did. I've seen what happens when you do that.
The old Marvel superhero game from like the 90s, early 2000s. War Machine had a mini nuke.
Oh, shit.
As one does.
It used up. It removed all of his karma if he ever actually used the thing, but he had it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if there's nothing else of note, he'll just note where that one lab was. And be like, yeah, okay. Sounds like fun.
Other than that, there's some research of stuff you could potentially find. Get the information. There was some on improved, not navigation. I'm completely losing my words here. Targeting. On improved targeting, systems for ships. One that you're pretty sure is improved targeting for handheld weapons. You don't know if that means some kind of souped up sight or a gun that like auto-corrected. You're not really sure.
A sword that autocorrects.
Not a lot of melee weapon research is going on here.
He will
That
take
makes
note
sense.
of both of those as something else to go investigate.
Let's see.
as
That's really probably what would catch your
As
eye.
Armand.
Is something interesting to investigate. What was that,
Got it.
Armato?
oof, the internet's being.
Can you hear us?
Give me a sec. My internet's being shitty.
Okay, your video is moving again. So
Okay, am I good?
yeah,
Am I good?
Yeah, everything looks
Awesome.
like it's synced up. You froze. We could still hear you over Discord, but you froze up for a second.
Yeah. As Adrian's going through whatever he's going through, Armand will walk up towards him and be like, checking the maps.
Yeah, something like that.
Anything good?
There's a few. Something that might be able to help the roustabout out, or if we ever decide to get our own ship.
I like that idea. But also, you know where the security things are. There's still security out there, yeah?
Yeah, there's 3 of those drones left. They're currently no longer in their charging stations, so they're probably on patrol somewhere.
Is there a way from where you are to call them back to charging?
No, they're self-contained, and once they disconnect from their charging stations, they are no longer connected to the network.
That's... I mean, I guess these guys just revive anyway, but if, or they turn back into energy as they die. But, I mean, that's kind of... What if the AI goes haywire? Ekajati must think highly of themselves. I've seen AI go haywire. It was shitty AI,
Have you
but it's
met
happened.
any of the Primorans we've run into?
Have I?
Yes.
You've met the crazy cat lady for sure.
Armata hasn't made that connection.
He also met the hunter.
Oh yeah,
I think we told him.
They told you the hunter was one.
Yeah, we
Okay.
told you the hunter was one, and I think we told him the cat lady was one because of his monkey pet being named Sweetie and Ekajati.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
If
So
you,
you're-
if,
So
if,
you're-
if all you said was Aramanto, that crazy cat lady knew Ekajati based on the name of the pet, would not have made that connection.
We would have, when we were giving him the full rundown,
Okay.
like during the road trip, it would have been like part of
Okay.
the PowerPoint.
So you've
Fair
met
enough.
the hunter and Naroba,
Sure.
whatever her name was.
Nairobi.
So basically, you've got one that was a complete d-bag, and one that was pretty nice while you were dealing with her. So right now, as far as you're concerned, it's almost like they're just people.
It's almost like they have individual wants and desires or something.
Yeah, it's almost like they used to be people.
No, he was saying, like, what if the Sentry AI goes haywire? The drone AI.
Hmm.
We've got 3
Well-
more to kill.
I mean, we
Every
probably have
single
3 more
one-
to kill anyway.
Every single one of the weapons in here, arms and armor included, were all forged. As far as I can tell, their construction does not preclude being able to shrug off forged armaments.
One other thing while we were doing a short rest, sorry, I forgot because we had like an hour.
Mhm.
Can I have delinked the long blade and put the forged weapon linked on?
What does that take?
It just takes an hour-long ritual.
If it's a ritual, I'm going to say you couldn't do that and actually be resting.
Let's see. I'm gonna look at it. We'll continue on, but I'm gonna look at it through the book.
That seems like it'd be a little more strenuous than just kind of sitting around.
Sure. Could have sworn I had Esper Genesis on here. I guess not. To the Trove. I mean, to my PDF of Esper Genesis that I paid for.
All right.
But at any rate, that is probably their concession for dealing with rogue AI, is forged armaments. Considering this is just the standard security room, I imagine there's probably heavier forged armaments that they took with them that are no longer here.
Took them where?
Wherever they went when they decided to ascend.
Such a weird thing. It's like you're ascending. Where are you taking your stuff?
Well, they are vain to the extreme. Maybe they thought they could take it with them.
It sounds like old Earth religion.
Yeah.
Why am I saying old Earth? This isn't freaking.
There's
This
a
isn't
reason
Firefly.
why
Sorry.
us Promethean.
I was like, huh?
Big
Yes.
reveal.
Adrian's true race revealed.
Adrian died while being experimented on, just like his family.
This really is Monday.
Yeah.
Man, if I thought about that in advance, we might have set that up. Oh well.
Well, I mean.
Okay, and
Okay, never mind.
You're fine. I looked it up, by the way. Jason says specifically that I can perform this during a short rest.
That you can? Very well. Carry
Yes.
on.
Okay, so the long blade is now sheathed. You all see a sheath come up with where the long blade is, just on my side, and then this thing is it's like saw blades.
Saw blade is like little saw blades on your armor.
On the rig, yeah, or on the armor, yeah.
So now you
remember
you can now pop the grand.
The other grand blade, yes.
What happens to your first grand blade?
I still have it.
That's where it went sheathed.
No, the long blade is sheathed. I have a long blade.
Yeah, he unlinked the long blade and put this new grand blade in as his other link.
Yes.
So you can
I
only
can have two weapon links.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Why would you keep both long blades linked? I mean, both grand blades linked. You can't use those at the same time.
He only wants to use two-handed weapons. He used the long blade and the fist because that was what he had at the time.
Okay.
He had to adapt. But I could still use this as a melee weapon.
Okay.
I just have to manually unsheath it. It's not as cool.
Okay, Patrick.
yes,
Did you have any hit point damage left?
I had 8 points.
I'm sorry, you glitched out there.
I had a point of hit point damage left.
Oh, a point. Okay, not enough to be worth blowing a hit die on then after a short rest. All right, so Yanni, you get your thing synced up or whatever. You rest up. Yanni's got the equipment moving around. He's now back. You've got a couple of leads to follow up on if you want to. What are y'all doing?
Well, Adrian has the map, so go where he's going.
He's gonna head for that that pistol first. The lab with the one that supposedly could disrupt connection to Esper power.
Okay.
He's going to want to investigate that first.
All right. Your administrator access means the door opens for you without any trouble. You walk in. The lab's been pretty well packed up. Like I said, the computer system in here was a closed system. The console's still present. Everything still seems to be present as far as that goes.
Yeah.
You don't see anything that looks like a prototype laying out.
Okay.
But you do have access to their computer.
Right. He is going to access their computer.
Now, it's a closed system, so you're going to have to make rolls to get into it.
Okie dokie. Would it be a system that recognizes administrative access?
I'm going to say only the staff of this, the head of this research project would have had that, as opposed to kind of the general base administration.
Okay, fair. Alright, so be a computer roll.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Now, Adrian would remember the kind of security they had on these things.
Uh-huh. Which means he would need to black hat to get through the system.
And I will assist him because I believe you have administrative access to the security to keep you out anymore.
Well, this is a closed system he's trying to access now, so the
Oh,
administration
then,
he's got on
yes.
the other system doesn't really help him here. But yes, if you assist him,
Thank you. Because 22.
because the computer gives him disadvantage, his black hat gives him advantage, that evens out. Then with Hull assisting, he still comes out with advantage.
So 22.
22. You get into the system without too much trouble.
Okay. He will...
You've grown familiar with kind of how they secure their computers, which is making it
Yeah.
easier to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you get in there. There is a record of them taking the prototypes with them when they left.
Yep.
However, all the designs are still in here.
He's going to make a copy of the designs. Is it anything that can be modified onto one of the pistols that we found?
No, it
In
fires
the
a completely
security.
different type of energy. It is completely its own thing. They never got the nullification part to work super reliably,
Okay.
but the last model they had designed here, you've got the plans, you could build it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. He will make a copy.
Now they had techniques that you don't have ready access to, but you're quite certain if you rented some time at a forge on a crucible that you could crank one of these out.
Yeah.
Trying to do it with normal, construction or fabrication means, you'd have an awful hard time because some of the tech is a little too advanced.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Okay. He'll make note of that. He'll log out. Because he's fairly certain that making himself administrator of both the lab and this closed lab might not be the best idea.
Okay, so you get out, you shut that one back down.
Yeah, and he'll leave and head over to the next lab, which is the assisted
The targeting assistant.
targeting
The
system.
improved targeting lab.
Yes, that.
The setup here is a little different because it's basically all computer stations as opposed to the other one where they actually had some construction kind of area where they could build prototypes.
Right.
Go ahead and give me another roll for security.
Mm-hmm. 27.
Okay, that gets you in.
Yep. And he'll be looking for that next.
Again, there are no prototypes, but you get all the programming, all the computer programming that goes into it, as well as the physical port. You get designs for the physical portion, for the parts you have to make and then install in a ship.
Right.
It would, you'll have a little bit of research on your own to do, or you and Hull for that matter, to do to figure out how to adapt this to fit into a contemporary ship. But it shouldn't be that difficult.
Right.
It's not something you're going to run off and slap on the roustabout, in a day or two. It's going to take a little longer than that. But
Fair. Okay, and was the one for the conventional weaponry in this lab as well, or was it another lab?
it was in its own lab.
Its own lab, okay. So he'll take a copy of all that research, log off, and then go to find the next lab.
Okay. Give me one more roll then.
Okie dokie. Natural
Jesus
20.
Christ.
Alrighty. Yeah, whoever was in charge of this one, they were not as careful with their security.
Oh, okay.
The password's a little on the simplistic side. You know, you get in debt without too much trouble.
Mhm.
It's
It's
literally
password.
just password.
What was the password? Oh, it was Ekajati for a word that lets you pass. It was pretty lame.
Mhm.
Trick is, I got a buddy that does cybersecurity, and with closed systems, that tends to be a real problem. Is people aren't as careful about it because they figure, well, nobody can get here from the internet, so you'd have to, So if somebody manages to get physically to the computer, a lot of times the security's not as good.
I remember this story from when we played Wednesdays.
Oh yeah, it did come up in one of those games too, didn't it?
Yes.
Well, it still holds true. You access some of their pistol schematics. The schematics you're accessing aren't really complete because they were working on improving certain aspects of the pistol. But this was improvements to their basic weaponry.
Right.
So if you take this and then take some time to reverse engineer the pistols you found, you're pretty sure you can apply the improvements to the design from there.
Sweet.
Again, this is going to be something that would take some time to do.
Well,
So, when the campaign's over, you can start up a company making better pistols.
Yeah. I mean,
And you
he'll
become
give him a project.
overlord you so hated.
Gunrunner.
I mean, wouldn't that be something, though?
Well, you can get some help. It could be the steel hull, weaponsmithing or something.
That or he ends up working for the SDF and selling this stuff to him.
I'm gonna make better weapons for the man.
A legal gunrunner.
Yeah.
Though to be fair, Adrian's not particularly pissed at the government for anything, so.
No, he's not. He doesn't mind them. It's just that one group.
Well, it was a megacorp, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Is there anything else we need over here?
I got everything I want, as he says as he makes a full copy of all of that research too, and then logs out.
Y'all can spend a little more time poking around. Most of the other labs are pretty well empty. They took any prototypes. They took the actual computer systems.
And crucially, we haven't seen anybody run around.
No, there's going to be any droids down here.
Oh no, I'm just referring to like anybody running around in general, like droids, people, random Ekajati.
No. It's been very quiet down here, other than whatever noise you've been making.
Okay, our motto is like toe tapping as we move around. Every time he does the ADHD like thing whenever we stop.
In fact, you haven't even heard like the air units or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
The air down here is fresh. Nothing feels stuffy, so clearly they're running. But...
Yeah.
I'm on edge. It's really quiet.
Yes, it is.
Well, the place has been empty for how many thousands of years?
Yeah. I mean, he'll glance back, like, well, I got everything that I wanted. If you all can think of anything you might want.
What are the other floors?
Just a bit more research, recreation, housing.
Let's do research, says the engineer.
Well, that'd be floor 3. We just got off floor 2 before we came here.
Yeah, I think y'all hit floor 2 first.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so then floor 3 it is. I've infected that onto everybody else now.
Sounds about right.
So you go up to floor 3, it opens up. Lights come on. Or lights are on when the door opens. On this level, your administrative credentials give you access to the computer systems. Because this stuff was not the super high security stuff.
Right. It isn't singularity bomb level of security.
No.
Fair enough.
Some of it up here is medical in nature. Some of it's but actually, most of it up here is medical.
Mechanics and medicine. So I want to actually get a feel of what their research was.
I would like to help with the medicine.
Okay.
You can roll it, but I'll help you.
Where is it? It'll be,
Before he joined this group, Aramonto thought he was really good at medicine and mechanics. And then Hull exists.
You're good at a hobbyist level.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
219s.
That was my, that's my role for the medicine.
Yeah. Actually, I would honestly probably help with both because I am also moderately interested in mechanics.
And now for the mechanics.
Okay.
There you go.
Very nice. So yes, you start digging into the research, and there's a lot of medical equipment still on this level. A lot of what you find involves genetic engineering.
Of course it does.
Some of it involves research into how to produce espers. You can of course record all this information. They don't seem to have really gotten any closer to figuring it out, or not much closer to figuring it out than anybody else.
Did they at least cut out the scientific or the witchcraft mumbo jumbo as opposed to like the people that we all see trying to do it?
Yes. I mean, this was just serious research on what causes it. Could it be genetic? It seems to run in some families. What causes it? What could cause that? So it's from a very scientific standpoint. Doesn't seem to have been any kind of unethical experimentation going on.
I'm just amused because I saw Cattail go across the screen.
Yes.
You find a fair amount of, for lack of a better term, alien genetics on record here. Like some of the research was being done on species other than themselves.
And do we have, using his translator, do we have names for those species?
You do. I don't have them to give to you, but you record their names.
All
One
right.
of them is the species that you encountered on CDL 113 back up at the beginning of the campaign, which you had already known they had been genetically mucked with and carried to this world. And while the base on that world was doing, work on them, this seems to be where the kind of the initial kind of start to all that was. Where they were getting kind of the basic genetic profile for these guys, and figuring out what would need to be done to make them fit into this new world better.
Aramonto sees that, and he doesn't know what that race is. He's just like, well, that's a weird one.
You might recognize them because when they gave you the full, here's all we've done, they might have shown you pictures of them because I think they had some records on them. So.
The PowerPoint presentation.
These were the first guys we ran into. Little old-fashioned, but very nice people.
These guys are...
Uh-oh, we may have lost him.
Yeah, that was heavy robots.
Huh?
You roboted out on us for just a second there, but you're okay now.
Okay. I was like, this one tried to kill us. This one also tried to kill us. You get the idea.
Actually, I don't think they tried to kill us. Just the base tried to kill us.
No, there was a
Fair
small
enough.
army over the outside the base waiting on you, but you talked your way.
Yeah.
One of you was particularly honest, and they appreciated that. You weren't there. Though
The sentinel and the party.
Though it was a sentinel in the party that was.
I was gonna say, I think it was Dan.
Yeah.
Considering the makeup of the group, it was not any of the current members.
As you're pulling up this research, you hear a voice from the hallway. In Ekajati, your translators, do their job. Hello, is someone here? Please identify yourself.
Gun is out.
Grand Blade.
Hello? That our current administrator.
I'm back. What's going on?
You are all hearing a voice from out of the hallway speaking in Ekajati. Hello, is anyone there? Please identify yourself.
Is it obviously robotic or?
It sounds a lot like when the robot spoke to you earlier. It sounds a lot like that. Those robots did not sound super robotic, but it sounds like the same voice essentially.
He's gonna have Yanni peek out invisibly to see what it is.
It's one of those robots walking down the hallway,
Okay.
and he's repeating himself. Is there anyone here? If so, please identify yourself.
And he will double check, make sure that yes, it is post-dated that he's the current administrator of the facility.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not it's been a recent thing,
Oh yeah, the last 5,000 years at least.
in case it checks. Because he's learned that mistake. He'll just sigh and's like, alright, give me a moment. He'll just walk out.
Greetings, Administrator.
Greetings. Everything going well on your patrol?
Indeed, we had some sort of breach earlier. Three units were destroyed. They've been put in the repair bay.
That is good.
How are you?
Thus far, there does not seem to be anyone else here in the base.
I understand.
Is it just you here?
I have brought a few of my assistants.
May I see them so they may be identified?
Of course. And he will lead him in.
And he just kind of looks around at you all.
How's it going?
They are not at present logged into the system, but they will be in short order.
I will list. We will list them temporarily. For the moment, we will simply list them as guests.
Thank you.
We will we'll have our visitor IDs.
Picture.
Lanyards. Where are your lanyards? It gives y'all a little greeting. And before it leaves, do be careful. We haven't finished searching the entire facility yet.
Understood.
And then it marches on, keeps checking the rest of the rooms in the level.
As it leaves, Adrian turns to the others and just mouths, "Holy shit, I can't believe that worked."
I not gonna lie, I'm pretty surprised too, but good on you.
I occasionally have good ideas.
I'm just imagining our motto. Yeah, I didn't think that'd work either. Good on you.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Hey,
so disappointed.
he's an honorable man. He knows when it's He knows when his allies got the shit knocked out of them like Hull did. And he doesn't have any more regenerative force to spare.
All right. Anyway, y'all gather up some of the medical data here. Like I said, you recognize one of the species they were researching. You do not recognize the other species.
Got it.
But you're also not certain how far their sphere of influence was. You know, CDL 113 have been kind of off in the far reaches on one side, so you don't know how far they went off on the other.
They said that those drones went into the medical or the repair bay. Are you still gonna try to grab one? Add to your robot collection?
I don't know.
At some point, you're gonna have to put them all in the bay.
Yeah.
There's not enough room in your room for for all your robots.
No, there is not.
Though the Roustabout's got a decent bit of cargo room.
I say the cargo bay is empty.
In the cargo bay, yes. Not in his personal quarters.
No. These things have a hard time getting down the corridors in the Roustabout.
Mm-hmm.
They could do it. They could squeeze through, but it would not be a comfortable
Like this-
experience for anybody.
Yeah.
Hunched over, shoulders in.
But both of your cargo bays could hold them.
It would basically
always-
be like a open the door, spray and pray.
Though that the lower docking bay would be awfully crowded in there with.
Yeah. No, he won't try. Although he is, if the other three are connected to the system while they're being repaired. Are they? Does he see them in the system?
Two of them are. One of them, basically, for lack of a better way to put it, you blew his brain out. So that one, they're having to put in a new brain and download an archived copy of the bot's personality and memories.
Okay.
The archived copy is from before the alarm, before it was triggered.
Right.
Oh, good. So it won't remember us. Great.
Right. That one will not remember you. It
Yeah,
won't
they're
remember
too
anything
high.
from the last 10,000 years. The last time its personality was archived was before the base shut down.
So the other two, on the other hand.
The other two would remember the encounter.
Okay.
Who's for finding the repair bay and make sure they don't remember?
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
No, hold up. Adrian will go back out and go back to that drone again.
Okay. We'll say his name is 5.
5. Okay. He'll notice it. 5.
Yes, sir.
Those the other security drones that were damaged.
1 through 3.
I would like, yes, 1 through 3. Just in case the combat that might have occurred or whatever damaged them had any lasting damage on any of their personality matrices, I would like to order an archive copy of their personalities to be installed.
That seems like a reasonable precaution, sir. Someone with security, someone with system access would have to actually do that, though.
Of course. I'll see it done.
If a robot can look puzzled, he looks a little puzzled. Why'd he come asking me about that? Huh. Goes on.
He wanted you to do it. Obviously, he's the administrator. You're the peon.
He knows he's the one that's got to do that. What the? Glances over his shoulder at you.
He's been on this base for 2,000 years. He's got to know what is going on.
Why aren't I running this place?
Keep up the good work, 5.
Oh, thank you, sir. I will. Only one breach in, let's see, 10,400 years.
They have
30
to
months and 16
remove
days.
that sign.
Yeah.
It's been 0 days since the last breach.
And Adrian will go back to the supplier. Like, all right, let's go to the repair bay.
Alrighty.
And suppose they go to the repair bay.
Okay. No, you have no problem
And-
finding where that's at. You know, it's listed on there.
Yeah. And he will go to the computer. He has access.
Mhm.
Yes. He will key in that all 3 of the bots that they had engaged with are to have their archive personality matrices installed.
That you have no problems there.
Okay.
I have a strange request
What is that?
that occurred to me. So everything is mapped, right? Like, and I have if Armando has access, he has access theoretically to how the layout is with guest access.
Yes,
I
the
mean,
guest
Adrian-
access
yeah.
grants you. They might not let the robots might question you going down to the weapons lab area because it was so high security. But anywhere else in the base is pretty well open to you.
Oh no, it's just Armando is like looking at this and like looking at everything and making sure everything like lines up and making sure there's no like hole that's like room shaped or something.
You're looking for secret rooms.
Yes.
No, you don't find anything like that.
Okay. He's just like,
You know, the base outside was. Well, no, this was the one that actually had a little bit of a building outside. It was the other one that was built into a cave.
Mhm.
yeah.
But even that little building, you had kind of, you know, grass and some trees, some small, you know, brush and stuff kind of grown up over the top of it. So it was disguised pretty well from the air. If you walked up on it, it was pretty obvious. But it seems like the overall secrecy there was kind of what they were depending on.
Is it bad that I want to find a way to have Adrian, after the drones go back to sleep, to remove the Primoran administrator from the list and just leave the party as the accepted people and have this be a base of operations for us?
probably doable.
I mean, it has a lot of living area, medical bay, research labs, and stuff.
It is way out in the boonies, but if you
I was gonna say,
if you needed a kind of a fallback safe house,
Isn't the ass end of nowhere?
And is only known to the other Primorans.
so as long as you weren't trying to hide from the Primorans, you'd be fine.
Yeah. But if none of them had any access, because we learned from the last encounter that the only ones that have actual access are is basically the administrator of the facility itself. Because he tried that with the head of the guy who's been trying to kill him, and it just went no at them.
absolutely not.
Yes, best you can tell, the administrator, the one that's visited here a few times since everything went down, was apparently the last administrator before the Ascension or whatever.
Okay.
So Cyrano, I think he was in their records, but not as having any association with this base. He had no authority here.
Right. Okay. Yeah, once that's done, Adrian will look at the party and sort of offer that suggestion as something he might potentially do if they wanted to.
Somewhere to call home.
A hermitage, if you will.
Could be.
As long as we aren't running from the people that own it. If we are, we're kind of paying a target on our back.
We kind of have a target on our back anyway.
Fair, it's becoming awful permanent.
Well, you have the access to do it if you wish to.
He'll mention, like, well, from what I can tell, especially from that last encounter, the only ones that would really have had access would be the administrator of this base itself. As we learn that Enri Cyrno has absolutely no authority here, despite being a Primoran and the head of an entire faction.
Mm-hmm.
So it could work in theory.
Worth a shot.
Everyone, from what the data says, everyone that was on this base ascended.
The base doesn't really talk about that. You just know the administrator from the time stamps and stuff. He would have been the administrator when everything went down. He was the last one listed. And that there are, the robots were aware that, he had shown up, was it 50 years ago? And they were expecting him again in the next 20.
Well, we don't have to worry about any issues till the next 20 then, now don't we?
You were breaking up there, Patrick. What was that again?
Well, now we know we don't have to worry about any problems until the next 20 then, now do we?
Well, provided nothing changes, but yes.
Unless he becomes aware that they're squatters.
Yeah.
Yeah. They might occasionally, log in and check it.
Hey, it's not letting me log in.
I
go
changed the
ahead.
password and everything.
Better take the boys and go find out what's going on.
And then they all get.
And we lost him.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay.
Hey, you're back.
I never left.
He froze for a second, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
My internet
Started
gets hinky
saying
when there's 20 people on it.
Yeah.
So what else do you wish to do in this base for the time being?
I'm good.
I really want to do that, not even gonna lie.
You have the access.
Could you do it under a assumed identity, or does it have to be under?
He'll check.
Can you just make a name and a password? Or does it have to be, facial recognition kind of bullshit?
It can do facial recognition. It can do passwords. Their security seem to involve the way you translate it is basically like aura reading. Something that it seemed like that was only an effective. That was a method only used when you were logging espers into the system. It's like you could take a reading of the esper some kind of way, and it was distinct. Apparently, it was distinctive. Some of the regular workers and researchers here that were apparently not espers. They didn't have that layer on them. Then it was facial and voice and fingerprint. All that kind of stuff.
He'll glance over and is like, well, it'd be honestly kind of nice to have a home. Place seems well built for it.
Yeah.
This place is thousands of years old, isn't it?
And well maintained, too.
Yeah.
And we have actual robot butlers.
And there's some research equipment here.
We'd have to figure out a way to supply food and things such as that, but...
Was there an agriculture area? I believe that was one of the floors. I think you mentioned that was one of them.
I may have. They may have had kind of hydroponics kind of
They had living quarters.
Actually, you had a housing section. That's the name. You haven't checked that yet.
Yeah, and y'all can take a run through that. There's not anything special there. It's
How's the food situation there?
It is individual rooms. According to the records, there's still some food in storage.
That's pass, probably.
I'm immune to disease. Let's do this.
Anything you open up and check is kind of mummified. Nothing seems to have rotted in all this time. But everything is basically jerky. And not good jerky, like the really, really cheap brand of jerky where it's all like leather.
On the other hand, the honey is still good. Because honey.
Twinkies could survive this long.
Untrue. They have an expiration date.
Yes.
Woody
they want
Harrelson
you to
taught
think.
me that.
Because Zombieland taught you nothing.
Twinkie jerky.
But yeah, basically, age has destroyed any of the actual food. Even though, like I said, there's no molding, there's no rotting. It's not like bacteria got to any of it. It's just the sheer amount of time. You don't think it would poison you to eat it, it just wouldn't be any good. Probably has almost no nutritional value at this point.
I'm satisfied here.
You also find the recreational area,
You see the other two droids playing like basketball over there.
Look at a foosball table.
There is some kind of little court that was clearly some kind of game, but you've got no idea what.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got like a little holographic projectors that may have been the TV, or maybe they did board games on it. Yeah, who knows?
If you guys think it's safe enough, go for it.
Even if it isn't safe enough, we'll just kill whatever doesn't,
Oh, Adrian poking through the computer system would discover things that you suspect are video program or video files, in the recreation area. So you may have a selection of, this extinct species television. You just have to figure out how to play the format, in your own system or whatever.
Get the VCL player.
No.
You find out.
Laserdisc.
Ekajati telenovelas.
Oh no.
Oh no, that we're all watching that a couple nights.
Oh yes.
Kat is in on this. Kat will join Armando for this.
It's movie night.
Yeah. Everybody has to wear their gear so they can understand it, except for Adrian, but it's movie night.
Just have to wear my headset.
Pretty sure this was a soap opera. Millennia of Our Lives, I don't know.
Millennia of Our Lives, that's a good one.
Grave. He'll...
Just do it.
Might as well.
What's the worst that can happen?
The Ekajati return and kill us.
Did you really just say that?
They're gonna do that anyways. That's a
true.
long, forfeit decision.
Yeah, he'll do it.
Alright. Y'all are now in control of this base.
Yeah.
And
Rename it Fort Kickass.
Where your authority is not recognized.
Yeah.
Krieger.
Let's say Adrian will be the primary administrator. Kat will be secondary. The other two will be heads, basically.
Okay.
Head of
You give
security.
everybody a pretty high ranking, so.
Yeah.
As long as they outrank the droids, what does it matter?
Yeah. And then to top it off, and he will include the droids in this too, Adrian will rank 5 system lock the entire base.
Jesus Christ.
Wait, does Yanni get a rank and Joe get a rank? Or Jim?
How can you
When we
forget
get
his
him
name after all
down
this
here,
time?
yes. For right now, Jim has... What rank would I give Jim?
Guest access.
For right now, yeah, he'll have guest access until we figure out what he wants to do. He'll just log Yanni in as his personal droid. As Adrian's personal droid.
Everybody's in the system where they're not going to get shot by the droids when they walk in.
Absolutely.
Okay. If y'all hang around here for long enough, the security bots finish their patrol. 4
Let's see,
walks up to you.
He will do all of this after the patrol.
Okay.
So they're not watching it happen as they're
Gotcha,
awake.
Well, when they finish the patrol, 4 walks up to you. We finish our patrol of the base. There's no unauthorized personnel in the base at this time.
Very well.
We feel that we should commence a patrol on the surface, though we have to have specific permission to leave the base proper. Would you like us to do a patrol of the surrounding area outside to see if we can find where these intruders might have come from?
Take a moment. Take a moment to recharge your systems, so you are fully charged and ready to go. I will use some of my own power to electronically lock the base to prevent any further intrusions of that nature, and then I will authorize it after your recharge is complete.
Very well, sir. And he marches off. And, a few minutes later, the three that, have been patrolling are all in their charging station.
Okay. And then he will do all of that thing.
Okay.
So everyone has their own ranks post-dated. And also label the Jim and the roustabout as guests and that they were their pilot. So when they walk outside and see the roustabout, they don't immediately go...
The roustabout is identified as your ship, so that is not a problem.
Yes.
And those three go outside and start patrolling around.
Yeah. At which point, Adrian will get on his personal comm with Jim. Is like, don't worry about them. You're considered friendly.
Worry about who? He's a half-hour walk away, so it's going to be a little while before they do their circular pattern out as far as him.
Yeah,
if they get that far.
You'll know.
We own a base now.
Nice. Is it in better shape than the last one?
Would you like to come see? The roustabout has been listed as my personal ship, so they won't shoot you.
Yeah, Jim takes off. He makes sure he got the coordinates right and he's just, not GPS or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come out and check it out. Is it a big building?
It's under the ground.
And, 45 minutes later, Jim took his time or got lost or something. He doesn't say for sure. 45 minutes later, though, he shows up at the base. Does, however, complain about, once he gets there, complains about the fact that there's no edible food here. How he should have eaten lunch before he left.
Yeah, well, we can figure that out. He'll sort of give Jim the brief. Run around there's the recreational floor, there's like the 2 floors of living quarters, and basically the main stuff that, someone would traditionally have access to that is not like heads of the base, so not the research stuff or the weapons lab.
Okay, yeah. Jim don't care about the research stuff.
Yeah.
I'll give Jim the data pad I had that has his show on it, and I'll hand it to him and say, the rest of the stuff's in Ekajati, so I don't know if you would understand it. I barely grasp it because Adrian gave us a translator.
Oh,
but
okay.
Just in case you need something to do, you can watch yourself.
Okay. And then as soon as you start to walk away, he sets the data pad down on the nearest table and starts checking out stuff in the base.
Yeah.
Alright, now you were exploring this base to make it safe so that Achille could come explore it.
Yep.
Are you gonna see?
He's gonna wait until the drones outside have completed their patrol.
Okay.
And then once they come back,
How fast are them things?
Because he never gave he never gave
Achille.
that's it, thank you, a time frame, just that he was to wait until it was considered safe.
Okay.
Until we reported back.
All right, so the bots are out there for several hours.
Hmm.
Eventually, they come back in. They report nothing unusual in the area.
Understood.
Though one of them does say the forest has grown up nicely since last time I saw it. Another one's like, it was nice. It was nice to be outside again.
I'm also a child of the sun.
You're right.
And then if you have no other need for them, they retire to the charging stations. Not that they need to charge all that often, but apparently, probably part of what has helped them keep going for so long is the fact that they don't do much. You know, in the records, periodically one will wake up and do a search of the facility and check for damage.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some small repair drones in this room too, but they only get triggered when something has been damaged.
Right. So probably that room that we fought in.
Yeah, there would be some damage in there. So there is probably a couple of small drones patching holes.
I'll say I did drop the equivalent of a plasma cannon in there. So.
Okay, so yeah, they're all out of the charging station and diligently working.
Yeah. Okay. And he will nod. Once they're all asleep, he'll go into the system. And he will give Achille guest access. And Achilles, I want to say manservant. I can't remember his name.
Basil.
Okay, and he'll give Basil guest access. And then he will call Achille.
And Achille picks up immediately. He was clearly waiting by the radio or had his comm muted on him.
Okay, that was fast. Hi.
Now he wants to talk to us.
Hello, Adrian. How have things gone?
Well enough. I've given you and Basil guest access to the station.
Excellent. We're on our way.
No one else has guest access.
I'll leave the rest of them on the ship.
That. Now we'll log your ship as a guest's vessel. Also, you're talking to the new administrator of the station.
Oh, nice. Ooh, I guess that means everything's functioning then.
Fully functional, yes. However, I have a few of the floors on lockdown.
Oh, dangerous?
Very.
Like booby trapped or just unsafe construction? Or
It's more of if anybody other than me walks in there, there will be security droids trying to figure out what's going on. I'd rather avoid unnecessary complication.
But if you're in charge, you could give anybody the access they needed, couldn't you?
Which is why you have guest access, so you can tour the station. A functioning station with a lot of history of these people that is still on the records.
So the computers are still working. Well, the computers have to be working if you took over. Okay.
Apparently they like telenovelas, which is interesting.
I look forward to seeing some of that.
Did we establish if Ekajati?
You froze up there for a second. I didn't catch it all.
Of course I did. Did we establish if he knew Ekajati?
Achille.
Yes.
He has got all the research that all the shared research. Because prior to Armado showing up, they had gotten a linguist professor helping them.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay.
So it was that in addition to Adrian's own work. So.
Okay.
Adrian just figured it out first.
So he has some method of translation, whether it's necessarily as good as the program Adrian made and handed all y'all, or not. You know, it's good enough for his research purposes anyway.
Right. Okay.
So he shows up with Basil. Yeah, probably an hour or two later. Tells you, they park their ship next to the roustabout. He walks in just giddy, looking around at everything.
Like a kid in a candy store.
Mm-hmm.
Achille.
Yes, Armato.
Good to see you again.
Oh, it's good to see you, young man.
We went
Though,
through a lot of
think
trouble.
of it, though, y'all did actually see him the last time, so.
Yeah. Well, did we?
Yeah, you went down to the
No.
cave and talked to him, didn't you?
No.
That's
No, it was
right.
just-
You
it was
just
just
sent
Yanni.
You're right. So yeah, he does shake your hand. It's good to see. Good to see you all again. You know, he goes around shaking hands. Basil just sorts of nods at you. Sirs, ma'am.
You guys aged the best out of everybody.
Do what now?
I was like, you guys aged the best out of everybody.
Aged the best.
Uh-huh.
Actually,
They were on the
Tish
show.
was.
They were on the show too, right?
Oh yeah.
Achille.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm
Tish, yeah.
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Achille aged the best.
Well, he has got some age on him.
Well, yeah, everyone's gonna have age on them, but he looks like he's still taking care of himself the best.
Well, you met him before. You had dinner at his house. First time.
Yeah, but I didn't compare it to everybody, and my intelligence is an 8.
This is more of a wisdom thing, but okay. So he just kind of nods. Oh well, thank you. It's kind of you to say.
Yeah, we went through a lot of trouble here. I still would exercise caution, but we should be okay.
And he begins tearing through the place.
I tried.
He's looking
I
at
give
stuff.
him essentially, I give him a brief rundown of some of the notes we uncovered. Like the species list and other things like that. Those are things he'd probably be very interested in.
Oh yeah, especially the two unknown species they were dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
The CDL 113 guys. I can't remember if he had met them or not, but he was aware of them. He'd be curious to find the other two and see if they are still primitive species or if they've advanced much in the last 10,000 years. At one point, he's down in the damaged room, trying to carry on a conversation with the repair bots, who are capable of speech and seem to have, at least an equivalent level of personality as the security drones. To the point that one of them finally tells him, "Look, we're trying to work here. I realize you're a guest. We're not trying to be impolite, but all."
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an expression he used. I don't
Look,
guess.
the Union states I can't talk to you.
Well, it's just somebody. It's like somebody set a bomb off in this room. We got a lot of work to do.
OSHA says he can't be here.
And at some point they go, maybe it'd be safer if you weren't in this room.
OSHA says it's my turn on the Xbox.
The welding, the fumes. We're not familiar with your species. If you passed out, we wouldn't know what to do.
There's one thing I do want to mention, is that Adrian is walking with him.
Okay.
Because he did not key Achille or Basil into the system lock. They have guest access so that the droids don't question them.
Okay.
But they will have to have his presence or the presence of somebody else in the team to actually access anything or to get through the base.
So basically, none of the doors will open for them.
Right.
If they gotta go take a piss, they gotta have you open the door for them.
Yep, basically.
And they're old men, and so you're gonna get woke up in the middle of the night a lot.
How old are they at this point?
Do what now?
How old are they at this point?
Achille is probably in his 70s at least.
It's like watching the Eagles on tour again.
Truthfully, he's probably in his 80s. But, with advanced medicine, think of him more in the equivalent of a early 70s.
Yeah.
Early 70s is still in decent shape.
Okay, so never mind. It's like more the Rolling Stones.
And Basil's a little bit younger than he is, but not by a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
Jim was the one that was considerably younger than the two of them.
Well, I'm healed. I figure they would send the fanboy to handle the restroom breaks.
They probably honestly just take shifts.
Mm-hmm.
But they spend several hours. He looks at stuff on the computer. You figure out how to get that video thing to play. And calling them telenovas or telenovelas are not real far off, but everybody's like super serious and kind of very proper and kind of stuffy on the shows.
Oh, they're K-dramas.
It's giving you kind of the impression that they were a very that the culture of the species, they were very formal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he is K-drama.
Okay.
You don't really find anything that resembled a comedy.
She said she loved Smith, but she went with the other guy.
There's a few romances, but everything's but even those are very tame.
Mm.
And some of it appears to be history. There's actiony stuff, but it's not like they have the equivalent of Die Hard. But they have historical reenactments that may involve a lot of fighting, or
They have Braveheart.
The equivalent of Transformers.
So they're very much, as you said, they're a very uptight species.
It seems that way.
Which is interesting considering so far every one of them, as we know them now, has had some form of almost...
Hyperfixation?
Yes.
Hedonism?
Yes.
Hedonism. It's almost like the ones that ascended were the ones that wanted to get away from this sort of thing.
Or for the first time that they had no more, I didn't say use terms repercussions, but basically imagine that now they realized they could do whatever they wanted, and they did.
Now, poking through some of the personal computers in some of the rooms, Achille finds essentially like personal photographs. And people seem more relaxed in those when it's like one person and a buddy in a picture.
They're like this.
Basically, they're not necessarily as goofy as a modern day teenager. But they seem a lot more relaxed. It doesn't seem as formal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, the Morokai may be kind of like that. I forget. There's one of the species that they're very proper out in public, and then they're much more relaxed in private with friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
But Achilles is routing all this stuff off, and let's see. Let's see. It's almost 9. Is there anything else y'all need to know right now?
Nothing that can't be reiterated next session.
Achille just kills us all in our sleep.
He has to have a tiny little knife to try it.
He has to get out of the door first.
Achille has no desire to kill anybody.
I mean, he's not secretly the big bad evil guy.
He starts at Aramonto and just like never gets a knife in. Tink, tink, tink.
Oh wait, it's a forged inner knife.
Yeah, just Butler did it. Why did we not see that one coming? That's just bad.
All right, so you get an evening of seeing this old man delighted in discovering this whole new culture.
It's his life's work.
Yeah. Well, it's what this sort of thing has been his life's work. This specifically has been what he's been doing since retirement.
Since what?
Since his retirement.
Okay. Well, now he hit the mother load, so to speak.
Yep. All right, we will wrap here.
Mm-hmm.
Want to thank all y'all for playing. Hope y'all had a good time.
Yeah.
I certainly had fun. Hope anybody who comes by and watches this later enjoyed it.
I had a friend watching.
Oh, was there somebody out there watching?
Yeah, she was just quiet. Shoutouts to Evelyn if you're out there.
Everybody say hi to Evelyn.
Hello.
Embarrassing, Evelyn.
She joined the Discord the other day, so
I miss our weekly raids. How we'd always be raided at like 8 o'clock. So.
Oh yeah, that has not happened in a while. I forget
Actually,
that was.
they raided us on Monday, actually.
Oh,
so it's just us.
Oh yeah,
that
they
do
totally
it on
did.
Tuesdays.
No, they
Yeah,
haven't
no.
raided in a while, so they might have just been taking a break. I'm sure
No, yeah,
people have
there's no
stuff.
telling.
Yeah.
there's nothing going on the rest of the week because everyone's at Winter Fantasy.
Oh really? We're it for the week?
Yeah, this is it.
We're it for the week.
Wow.
Next Monday is even a question mark.
True.
Well, that shortens that part.
Yep.
So from Wednesday to next Monday is
Oh,
is,
there they are. They said something.
did they just raid it? Did they just raid at the last second?
No. I think it was your
Oh.
buddy saying hi. Oh, and Grumpy Cleric's on. Oh wait, Grumpy Cleric's one of us.
That's me, dude.
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute, that's
I know. I always remember that Grumpy Cleric is one of us, but I can never remember if it's actually somebody in the game or if it's somebody else on the Discord. But anyway. Well, it's nice to meet you. Now we're leaving. Anyway.
But we'll be back next week.
Yes, we'll be back next week, whether anybody else is or not.
This show must go on.
At least for another month?
Yes,
Something
we
like that.
should be wrapping up the last week of March, I think. If we stay on the little schedule I've got. It might spill over into April 1 week or something, but should be wrapping up at the end of March.
Armando's gonna sacrifice himself for the big bad. Sorry, spoils.
So anyway, we will see y'all next time.
All right.
Bye.
See you later.
Night.